Hey there, it's Sarah, and I know that finding time to exercise can be a struggle, which is why I've created this series of 12-minute workouts to help us stay fit on even our busiest days. But what about those days that we don't even feel like getting out of our chair? Guess what? We can still exercise, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to spend 12 minutes working out from a seated position. So grab yourself a firm chair, maybe something that you can hold onto the sides if you're going to need that at any point. And something where your feet can be flat on the floor. So grab that chair, take a seat, and get ready to work for 2 minutes at a time with 4 back-to-back exercises, and then we'll rest for 30 seconds and do 5 rounds of 2-minute work. So let's get started. I'm going to start our timer. You're going to be in your chair just marching those feet. Hands can be on the hips or just down to the sides. And we're just going to march those knees up, lifting one foot off the floor and then the other. Easy march. Just starting to move the lower body. And as we do this, I want you to sit tall in your chair. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Keep your chest lifted and your shoulders back and down. In about 8 seconds, we're going to add a little kick out to this march. So as you pick the knee up, you're going to kick your heel out in front. Let's give it a go. Lift the knee, then kick the heel out, then pull that knee back up, set the foot down, and try it on the other side. And as you get a feel for this, you can start to move a little bit faster. I want you to just really think about kicking through that heel, squeezing the thigh, lifting the kneecap as you kick out. And then really pull that knee back in and fire up those hip flexors. In 5 seconds, we're going to change this up by starting on the toes. So lift those heels, and then as you kick the heel out in front, tap it down on the floor. So kick out, tap, and then bring the toe back down. And as you get a feel for this, if you're looking for a little bit more, then you're gonna see if you can quickly alternate. So those feet will both be off the floor for just a quick half second as you tap out. And if that doesn't work, just stay here. We are almost done with our first round. We're going to keep those toes light on the floor, and we're just going to tap, 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 lift those knees as fast as you can, keeping the core on, keeping the back long and straight, sitting tall, and breathing. Tap, tap, tap. Feel those hip flexors firing up. Feel those legs getting warmer. Feel the core working. And maybe you're breathing a little bit heavier already with 5 seconds until our first break. Stay with me. And then let it go. If you want to stretch those legs out, maybe fold forward, grab a sip of water, whatever works. It's your break time, and then settle into your chair nice and tall, feet flat on the floor. We're going to reach one hand down towards the side, and the other hand is going to reach up and over, and then return to the side of the face. So big side bend and an overhead reach. We're going to work the upper body and the core. Pick a side to start, plant those feet, plant the hips, and let's reach up and over and down to the side. As we do this, if you feel your hip lifting off the chair, I want you to think about pushing it down as you reach. So we're really engaging the core, and then I want you to pull the shoulder down and away from you, even as you reach up and over. Feel those bottom ribs reaching towards the top of the hip, and get ready to switch sides. Other direction. Reach down, other arm is going to reach over. So if at any time this shoulder gets tired of reaching up and over, you're just going to bring that hand back by the side of the face or even down towards the hip. Big side reach over and back, down and up. Keeping those hips firm in your chair. Get ready to change your exercise to some giant arm circles. So arms straight and just circle the arms. You can pick the direction and you can pick the size. So you can do tiny arm circles if you want, or keep them really big. And you choose how fast or slow you're going. And we're loading the shoulders with the weight of the arms. So if you need to change directions at any time, change directions. Keeping those shoulders back and down, we're going to turn these circle arms into angel arms. So all the way down, all the way up. Down, and keeping those arms as straight as you can, keeping those shoulder blades reaching down towards the back, ribs, keeping that core strong, belly button tight towards the spine. Got about 10 more seconds. So we're firing up the side body and those shoulders. Giant, giant angel arms. You ready to stretch it out? A 30-second break. And then we're going to move to the lower body for 30 seconds. So take those legs out wide. Turn your toes towards the corners. And then press that whole foot down into the floor. So heel, big toe, pinky toe. Hands on hips, shoulders back and down. Brace that core, pull the belly button in tight. And we're just going to tip forward. So it's going to look like this. Tip forward, lead with the chest, and then come back up. Try to keep those hips in your seat as you tip, and then come back up. Feel those knees pressing out. Feel the feet pressing down. And you're going to fire up the inner thighs, those hips. So press that foot down as you tip and reset. Keeping that back long and straight, using that strong core. We're going to jump jack from our chair. So get ready to jump the feet in and out and reach those arms up and down. Just like we did with the angel arms this time, feet out and in. And if those feet don't want to go out together, just do one side and then the other. Keeping your hips down in the chair, keeping that chest proud. Remember to breathe. We're going to take the arms down at the bell and focus on those legs. We'll go back to the hip hinge, but this time we're going to jump the feet out and in with it. So hands on the hips, jump out, tip forward, come up, jump in, jump out, tip, up and in. So now we're jumping the feet and tipping forward. Pressing the feet down and those knees out. For 10 more seconds. Make sure you're still breathing. And at the bell, you're going to keep those feet out wide, really pressing them into the floor, bringing the fingertips up to the temples. Let's tip forward. This time, reach one hand down towards that opposite ankle, then bring it back up and try the other side. So really pressing both feet down as you tip and twist. Pull the opposite elbow back as you reach and fire up the upper back as well as the core and the legs. Almost break time. Shake it out. We're going to repeat our march in our seat. This time, I want you to sit really tall and then lean back just a little bit until you can feel that core kick in even more. But we don't want to round. We want to sit back nice and long. Imagine there's a long board supporting you, but you're holding yourself up with that strong core. And as we do this, we're just going to march the knees up. So this time, firing up that core just a little bit more, maybe moving a little bit faster because we're nice and warm. Rolling right through this 12-minute workout today. If it doesn't work to stay leaning back, just come forward a little bit. Maybe run those knees. You've got 10 seconds. Then we're going to add that kick out. So you choose how fast or slow those knees are coming up. And we're going to add that big leg extension, kicking through the heel. Give it a go. Sit back just a little bit further. And then kind of crunch it all together as you bring that knee up. Kick out and in. Sit back and then bring it up just a little bit. Keeping that back long and straight though. And that core tight. Really kick through the heel, fire up the thigh. Stay with me. We're going to lean back just a little bit, keeping those toes light on the floor as we start to tap that heel down and then in. Tap it down, bring it in. So really try to tap and then pull that knee back up. And if you want, alternate a little bit faster. Fire up that core, sit back a little bit more if you can. 10 more seconds. Then we're going to take it back to jump jacks. You can take one foot out at a time or both at the same time. Bringing those arms up overhead, helping to bring the heart rate up with it for 30 seconds. Make sure you're breathing. You should be feeling those legs. And now we're bringing those arms back. So up and down, big, big arms, and maybe one leg, then the other. We got about 10 seconds. Then you just got one more round, 2 more minutes. Almost done. We're going to take our break, release those legs, stretch them out, because they're not done. They're going to go back nice and wide for another hip hinge. So take the feet outside the hips, outside the legs of your chair or your bench. Toes to the corners, press that whole foot down, and then pull the knees back just a little bit. Fire up those inner thighs, outer hips. Push your glutes into the chair. Hands on the hips. Let's go. Tip forward and back up. So this round, challenge yourself. Can you come forward just a little bit further? Can you maybe hold that hinge and really press your feet down before you come back up? So give those legs another second to fire up before you reset. Give it a try. And if it's not for you, don't stay with it. Just keep going forward and then right back up. You choose the pace. We're going to bring those fingertips back up. This time we're just reaching towards one side. Stay with that side. Reach and then reset. Twist and lift. Opposite hip stays in the chair. Both feet press firmly into the floor. Opposite elbow reaches back. Keeping those shoulders back and down. And as I always say, keep that core tight. Get ready to switch sides. We're going to reach the other direction now and then reset. Pull those knees back. Press those hips down. Pull that opposite elbow back and feel that twist coming from the torso. You're halfway there. And then guess what? Only 30 seconds left. And they're going to be jump jacks. So let's see if we can move even faster and take this last 30 seconds to get that heart rate up. We're going to fire up the legs and the arms. Maybe sit back a little bit into your jump jack and fire up the core just a little bit more. Stay with me. Move as fast or as slow as you'd like. Maybe one leg at a time. You've only got 12 seconds. Do what works for you. Almost there. 3, 2, 1.
Activity completed.
Activity completed. Thanks for joining me for 12 minutes of exercise today. If you've got another 12 minutes and you feel like standing up, put on another video or try another seated workout. And if you haven't subscribed already, maybe do that as well, because I'm going to try to let you know what workouts are coming up, add some tips when I've got time. So thanks again for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day.